Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a great topic, and that is what is living from the heart? By now, you surely have all heard me talk about the instruments of the body itself, the brain, and the heart. I've challenged many of you multiple times to go look up what is more powerful, the heart or the brain. We've seen that the heart electromagnetically is a far greater power source than the brain. And why is this interesting? Because we're human. Regardless of why you came into this life, like you were birthed for a reason, and it wasn't just because your parents were horny and your parents were horny and frisky. It is because you wanted to express yourself. So what does this all mean, and why am I here today? Well, my excitement should say it all, that living from your heart is nirvana, is cloud nine, is heaven, is everything that the poets, that even Thoth, I mean, we're talking about Master Thoth, right? Who was also, well, I'm not going to spend time, my mind just went blank, but who lived very many times, who built the Great Pyramid of Giza. He lived from the heart, and that's the only thing that exists. I mean, granted, the greatest thing that exists, but Jesus himself, what they were saying about, you have this little light inside of you and all these things, what they're talking about is living from the heart. The heart is a place where duality breaks. Now let's just think about, let's think about our instruments, right? We have the body, which we don't really need explanation about it. I move and I move, right? It's okay. Matter affects matter. Now let's think about the brain, okay? The brain is an instrument, and just in its composition proves that the brain is an instrument of duality. It's split in two hemispheres, and then did you know there's like the front and back? I guess I did that. The front and the back of each side, and then it keeps going. And I believe the brain's compartmentalized in 44 sections. And I don't know if y'all care, but using the best instrument is very important. I mean, let's talk about like surgery and surgeons. Um, are they not always updating their instruments? If science comes out with like a sharper, brighter, cooler knife that even has a camera that we can use to, cut people up and go inside and be able to view, then we're going to use it because it's going to make the surgery process easier. So I challenge you and I invite you to live from the heart. Not because I'm telling you, just because you want something today. Or you just want to feel happy. You just want to chemically, to down to a cellular level, you want to feel happy. And more than that, all those thoughts that the brain, the mind once presented to you to your first awakening, that you're this all being and that you have a purpose, all that is real. You are made of stardust, but you have to leave the brain. You have to step into the heart. And I wish I would have prepared more, but you can look it up, and I hope to leave the video below. But look up the formation of the heart. You need to look up how the heart was built, and I'm going to quickly be a spoiler and tell you that the heart is the only part of the body that was built by going inside itself. What do I mean by that? So, it was like it was anywhere from 3 cells to 8 cells. I really think it was 6. So the story goes, there was one cell, that's the mom, the sperm. So the sperm travels, it hits the eggs. Boom. We got unity, we got a cell, right? So this cell duplicated once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5 times. When the sixth cell came, they all just kind of like it when it goes in itself, and this is can be seen through telescopes, microscopes, but the cells go in on itself, and from this, everything else, from this toroidal field, everything else is created, and this phenomenon does not happen again. So what is this to say? Like, I'm not telling you to go into the brain. I'm telling you to dive into the deepest part of you. I mean, if we're so smart, then why not accept to use the best thing that's available to you? And I'm not talking about like a computer or 5G. No, no. I'm talking about your heart. You're tired of your brain. You're tired. You don't know if like you should think or not think. And you're scared to think because you think if you consciously say something like I love myself, that's somehow going to stop that crazy dream idea that your mind has presented to you. Well, one, you shouldn't have fear. And two, using the heart feels the exact same way as that state of being, of thinking by not thinking. That's what I found revolutionary, and that's why kind of things started making sense to me, right? All these things about like duality, and why are these all these faiths and religions built on all these like masters, and people can't really connect with them, like we don't see miracles every day. Like, was Jesus like an alien actually? Like, what is this? There's so many things that don't make sense until you step into the heart. Because once you step into it, you're just, I mean, you're blown away, but why? But it's just so phenomenal. But I'm telling you, it feels the exact same way. And how does it feel to be in the state of being of not thinking is the best way to think? Well, that feels like an infinite state of being that is effortless and it is self-created, right? You decide, okay, I'm just not going to have any internal mental process going on. I'm not going to do anything consciously. So you surrender, and that starts being fluid, right? And it's easy. I promise you, the heart is the same thing. The feeling is the same thing. The only thing you need to do is turn on the light. You turn on the light, and the rest is history. You just let go. It feels, after that, it feels the exact same way. So a good way I like to paint it now, let's think about that state of being of to think is not to think. Okay. Make that state of being an ocean. But we have to recognize that that ocean is already built. I'm deciding to be inside that ocean. So let's give that already built ocean a color. So we decide, okay, I'm going to go into this color, this ocean with X color. The heart in itself is an infinite state, is a ocean. The difference is you're not stepping into an ocean with a color that's already established. You establish the color of this ocean prior to going in, and then accept to live in it. This may be, and surely might be, a lot of information, and I ask that you share this video with your loved ones, with your group of friends. If you take anything from it, take that. I'm telling you, use the Bugatti versus the Honda Accord. The Honda Accord is your brain and your mind, and the Bugatti, or the whatever fastest car, is your heart. Okay? If you take anything, take that from this. Put your comments down below. Tell me what other topics you'd like me to talk about. And also, I invite you to join my family. My family is a group of individuals that live from the heart and are masters at sharing the art of living from the heart. With this membership also comes 2 meditations daily, a weekly meditation, and a monthly meditation. Okay? If you want more information about how to live, how to experience this, how to jump into an ocean, into a very similar paradigm, only one that I can drop a little bit of this color, a little bit of this, but feel the same, like, infinite state, then please join my family and live a life of abundance, magic, blissfulness, and amazement. With this, I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.